You've shifted. You have shifted. You clicked play on this video. This video found you today because you have shifted into a new timeline. Now, if that doesn't feel true, if that doesn't resonate with you at all, then you don't need to continue watching this. If this resonates, if hearing the words you've shifted, you're in a new timeline, creates curiosity, creates a sense of peace, creates a sense of excitement, ignitement, any kind of positive feeling, then stick around, because we have all just collectively gone through a very big timeline shift. And I'm here today to help you know what that means for you. Now, what I've seen collectively through the comments on my videos, through messages and emails and work I'm doing one-on-one with clients, is kind of the same question. And this is how I always can really easily tell what is going on with the collective, because I get the same questions. I have people going through the same things. It's wild. People that don't know each other, that are in no way connected, will message me almost the same message within an hour of each other all of the time, especially when there's big cosmic shifts or just anything very obviously going on quantumly, energetically. And we just went through the biggest timeline shift of human existence, as what I have been channeling. And it is only going to become more and more evident, more and more clear of how true this is for you. Now, all you need to do, if this in any way resonates for you, and that can just mean that you are curious. If the idea of timeline shifting, quantum jumping, higher consciousness, infinite intelligence, higher self, super consciousness, any of these words excite and ignite you, spark something in you, that is your soul telling you to follow that. In case you're new here, our soul activates excitement and ignitement in us when we are aligned. So we have our superconscious mind, the divine, our highest self, God, the universe, source, angels, however you want to see it, that are communicating to us through our soul, which activates energy and frequency within us, because that's what it is. The truth of us is our soul. It is energy and frequency. We are all pure light and love, but we are here having this human experience, animating these physical bodies and going on this human journey. And this human journey that we're going on here in, as they call it, Earth School, is for us to evolve and expand through exploring and experiencing this human reality that we chose. But those of us that are here to be conscious in this new earth frequency that's here, that are here to live super consciously, that are here to live limitlessly, we now get to enjoy. We have been the ones that have been going through it, and everyone has. But those of us that have been very conscious, awake, aware, because we have so much resistance to owning our light, to owning our power, to truly innately being who we are, because either in this life or in other lives, it's been conditioned in us, activated in us, that in some way we are wrong or we are crazy or whatever. We do a lot to try and hide our truth, our gifts, our magic, and our power. And I'm here to mirror to you the divinity that lives within you, that only you can know and share. No one else can do it for you. No one else can prove it to you. But the outside world can excite and ignite and activate the magic in you, the power in you, the light in you. We are all consciousness. You are consciousness, and consciousness is everything. So what you are conscious of is reality. It is everything. Anything you're not conscious and aware of doesn't exist. So what we are focused on in the moment is creating our reality. And the more that we focus on the good, on the light, on the love, on the limitlessness of this human experience that we get to have, the higher we raise the consciousness within ourselves and within the world around us, which if you're here hearing this, you are for. And that's what this new timeline is here for. This new timeline that so many of us have just shifted into it's for those of us that are done. We are done with the struggling and the suffering and the problem solving, with the shame and the blame and the guilt and the fear and the hate and all of those lower density feelings. Not that we're going to ignore them, not that we're not going to experience them, but we're going to now see them from a higher perspective, a higher level of consciousness. And that's what this is all about. We aren't teleporting to a whole new earth. It's a different level of consciousness, a higher frequency, a higher state of being. And when you are at a higher frequency, what is in vibrational alignment with that frequency will then manifest for you. And this is where, if you are challenged by this idea, if you're like, I hear these things, but it doesn't happen for me. It's not working for me. It's because your belief system and your worthiness is still anchoring you and grounding you in the third and fourth dimension within your consciousness around your beliefs about yourself. And it's time to see that now everything that you resonate with, that you can relate to, that excites and ignites you, it has something for you. But in the 5D, in the new earth, in this new timeline, in these higher frequencies, it's energy, it's frequency that is guiding us. It's not our logical minds. We have so much wisdom, so much knowledge in here. It is all here to serve us when it's meant to. There's also a lot of drama and trauma and bullshit in there too. And we don't need to worry about any of it. If you stay, and I'm going to sound like a broken record again to those of you that aren't new, but this was one of the most pivotal things for me to learn, is if you stay in the level of self-mastery of the 4D, where we are problem solving and fixing and self-helping and self-healing and personal developing and all of these things, if we stay in this space where we're constantly doing the work to fix ourselves, to change ourselves, to become, then that is the reality you're going to be living. And there's nothing wrong with that. If that's where you've been, if that's where you still are, it's a part of the process. But if you're here hearing this today, and if things have just felt different for you, and I'm going to go into a little bit more how you're really going to know and really what to do with this timeline shift. But if things have felt different for you and you haven't really understood why, you are ready to create, to live, to quantum shift, leap, jump into a reality and an identity that you love being. But you can't hold on to the limitations. You can't hold on to the lower density frequencies like shame and blame and guilt. Those can't exist in higher levels of consciousness, because that's why it's higher levels of consciousness, higher levels of frequency, is because fear and shame and blame and guilt don't exist there. That's why it feels better. But in this human journey, it's an ebb and a flow, especially when we're learning, when we're expanding, when we're evolving. Because, okay, so what I've been saying to a lot of people that have been asking me this, that have just been like, this resonates. I feel better. I felt better over the last few days, even just, and I'm very humbled by a lot of you that have said in the last like 3 videos. Do you know why I think a lot of you have been feeling a lot from the last 3 videos is because I felt a very pivotal shift last weekend and I resisted it. I'm on this journey too, guys, but I get it and I see it. I have a very stubborn ego that has a lot of limiting beliefs, but a lot shifted for me over the last 6 months, but really over the last week even. Like I don't feel the same at all. And now I'm functioning at a higher frequency. And that's what we're here to do, is continue to raise our frequency, our energy, our vibration. But it's a process, just like aging, just like if you get a new job, and you've never done that job, that career before, you don't show up day one and expect to know it all. You've got to learn it, right? There's a process. And that's what this is now for you. But the thing is, the trick is in how we collapse time and really quantum jump into the identity and reality we want, that we can see, is by focusing on it, believing in it, but being it. The thing is, the 4D is the space of becoming, which is great. There's nothing wrong with that process of becoming, but until you choose to step out of becoming and be, you will continue to live in the reality where you are becoming more of whatever you think you are, which is really not true, because you can only ever be what you are. But if you are convinced in your mindset that you're on this journey of fixing and changing yourself, of growing and doing the work to become who you are, there is absolutely no judgment, nothing wrong with that. But I'm here to make it clear to you that you are ready now to step beyond. You're ready to step beyond becoming and be. Step into the identity that you have been doing all of the work for, that you have been seeing in your mind, in your visualizations, whatever work you've been doing or you've been dreaming of, or just hoping that someday some aha would come to even know who or what you want to be. It's feeling. I can't say it enough. It's feeling in the moment. That's all. This is all that exists. There is no past and there is no future. They're all our imagination. They're all our imagination. And we can brainwash ourselves. We can create new memories because our brains are plastic. We can create new neural pathways, and that happens through consistency of our thoughts and our beliefs. And our thoughts and our beliefs create our actions and our behaviors. So the more that we are thinking thoughts of our limitless future, the more that we are connected to the superconscious in the now, living limitlessly, doing what we want to do, stepping into that version of us at any moment in time and being like, what would he do? What would she do right now? Like, what would the most empowered version of me do? What does my superconscious mind want me to do? And just trust in whatever you feel. And the more that you do it, just like when you were a child, most of us don't remember learning to trust ourselves in walking or talking, but we did it. And then and naturally, innately, we were walking, we were talking, we were taking more and more care of ourselves. That is what is happening now in this new earth. It's this rebirth in a way into this new life, this new adventure, this new timeline. And we have to be patient with ourselves, but we can speed up the process by stepping fully out of the becoming process, stepping out of feeling like we need to do the work to be healing. Living is now the healing, because the more that you live in the now as who you want to be, the world, life, others will show you where you're not free. They will bump into you. It will bump into you. Whatever it is will bump into your beliefs, into your blocks, into your limitations. And the more conscious, the more aware, the more awake, the more connected you are to your truth, to the divine, which is you in real time, because this is all that ever exists. And you here now, present, feeling, frequency, and energy is you being divinely aligned, being the divine, working for the divine, whatever works for you. But it's true. That's how we are doing this in this new earth, in this new timeline. And so when you are living in the now, connected to yourself, learning and growing and expanding and evolving more and more as life happens, because we're choosing to be human. We're on this journey. And 111, guys. It's happened in every video now. I'm getting an angel number every time. So funny. That's funny. The last one was 333. The one before that was 222. So 111 today is our message, is our sign. I will post something down below in the show notes for angel number 111. I have more to say on that, but I want to stay on track. It's very magical, actually. Now that I'm processing it, maybe I'll talk about it at the end, if I remember, but I want to stay on this train of thought. So the more that we allow ourselves to be the version of us, to be the limitless us, to be us here and now as we want to be, you don't know what that looks like. You don't know. And you can use the outside world to expand you, to ignite you, the things that you're curious about, maybe seeing other people doing things that you would like to do that excite you and you don't know why. Like, that's what's going to be happening more and more. But two things have happened here with this timeline shift. So if you're still listening to me, I'm going to assume that this is resonating and you know you've shifted too. Just if you think you've shifted, you've shifted. It's that simple, but I will give you some more clarity because our self-conscious, our ego needs to know. It needs the proof. It needs the validation. But in this new earth frequency, in this higher timeline, our egos want to thrive here too. That's what I've seen within myself and within clients, is that we really can brainwash ourselves, our unconscious, our subconscious, our self-conscious minds to allow us to thrive in this new reality. I'll do more videos on this. I actually have a very exciting thing coming through that I'll be sharing over the next few days. But okay, so there's so much coming through. So many of you are resonating with this. It's a little bit overwhelming how much I'm hearing right now, so I'm just trying to calibrate. Okay, what I want to go to what you would have been feeling. That's what I'm feeling is the most important in this video right now for what's happening. There's going to be those of you that have felt over the last few weeks, especially over the last week, different, and it may be causing some like stress, anxiety, exhaustion, or maybe 2 weeks ago there was a lot of tiredness, a lot of exhaustion, and this last week it's been a little bit more emotional. You felt a little bit more emotionally drained, whereas before it was maybe more physical. Then there's those of you that right now feel really excited, really elated, or really peaceful. This is what most of you are feeling, is peace, is ease, but your minds are trying to figure out why and are getting in the way of you enjoying it and receiving what you need. So for all levels, the easiest thing I can tell, I'm going to go through all kind of three, I guess. But for everyone, the key is your frequency. Frequency mastery is key in this new earth. Energy, consciousness, this higher timeline, however you see it, whatever resonates, frequency, because we are all frequency and energy. So whatever frequency you're at is what you're going to receive. So for all of you that are like, I've done all the manifestation things, or I've been doing I've been doing these things, I've been trying to believe in myself, or I believe in this. I'm seeing, this is what I've heard from a lot. I'm seeing it, I'm getting all these videos and everything makes sense and resonates, but it's still not showing up in my 3D. That's the problem, is that you are focused on your 3D reality. You need to focus on the 5D, on your imagination, on how limitless you get to be, on how much excitement and ignitement you feel in the now when you focus on, when you imagine, envision, embody what it feels like to be your highest self. That's putting you in the frequency, knowing the frequency you want to be mentally, conceptualizing it, understanding it, visualizing it in a visualization is great. That's a step. But now we're being it. We're doing the things to get in that vibration, right? Am I getting through to you? Frequency is key. It is key. But we need to be at a level of self-love, of self-worth, that we're willing to spend the energy and the attention on ourselves. We need to allow the currency to flow. So how in the 5D, in this new earth, I didn't think I was going to bring this through in this video, but how we make money, how we thrive and expand and raise the consciousness is the more conscious, the more aware, the more awake we are, the more we're living in the frequency and the energy of the abundance that we are, being the light and love that we are divinely compensated. But we have to be open. Our energy needs to be able to flow in and out. So we need to be able to receive the higher frequency, the higher energy, the downloads, the ahas, the inspirations, the creations that are meant to come through us that will then manifest the reward, right? Whether that's money, whether that's a connection, whether that's a gift, whether that's a relationship. It's all here for you, but you have to be open to receive it. And it doesn't work one way. Our channel has to be open to give and receive. So we're giving our frequency, our energy, our vibration, and in return, we're getting that back. So if you are still functioning in a belief system, in a level of lack, of limitation, of fear, of whatever it is, then that is the frequency and energy you're emitting. So that is what you're going to get back, is more proof of that. But the good news is you're here hearing this. So you are like so close, if not in this, receiving it, where it's the breakthrough is coming. There's no going back. Here's the thing. When we are in this ascension journey, when we're consciously raising our vibration, focusing on living better lives in whatever way, there's no going backwards. You don't forget. It's just that we can tune things out. We can choose to forget. We can spiral in the same place for a while. This is how I've always visualized it. I had this visualization when I was like 4 years old. It was wild, but it was this like, I don't actually think I've ever shared this, but it was me, and it was this like spiral, this like neon spiral going upwards. And I just remember feeling this frequency and energy and being in it, and I wasn't asleep. And going up it and hearing the words that we can never go back, but we can stay in one loop. And that's what I feel a lot of you have been doing, myself included, is we have these levels of awakening or growth, or however you've seen it, in the ascension journey. And it can take a while for our belief systems to calibrate to the new frequency and energy we want to be in. What you need to do is just focus on being you, being who you want to be, which is someone you don't know, but it feels like home, because that's how it should. It feels right. It feels true. It's going to feel uncomfortable. It's going to feel challenging. It's going to disrupt your unconscious and self-conscious beliefs and patterns that have gotten you this far, that have served you, but now it's time to let them go. And our ego and the different parts, the different identities of us, they don't want to die. But we need to love and appreciate all parts of us, all parts of us, all versions of us, everything we've done and been through to get here, but also see that the past is only as real as we make it. This is all we have. And this isn't bypassing it. This is choosing now to not keep living it. Now is all we have. And in the now, you are either living on the memories of the past, trying to rewrite them, trying to correct them, trying to whatever them. But the way we do it now in this higher timeline, and the way it's going to make it easier and easier for you to collapse time, to quantum heal and manifest faster and faster and get everything that you are here for, is by focusing on the future. Now, there is no future because there's only now, but we do imagine a future, right? Like we can imagine a future where we are doing anything and everything. Like right now, let's do a little process. Right now, I want you to close your eyes if you can. You don't have to, but it's powerful to turn our attention inward. Just breathe, fully inhaling and exhaling in and out of your belly. As you breathe, as you feel, I want you to imagine an elephant. Now I want you to imagine your bed. And then imagine the sheets on your bed, maybe their color, what they feel like. Now imagine an apple. Notice what color apple you're imagining. Can you imagine the taste of that apple, can you imagine now a key? Imagine this key opening something. What is the key opening? Imagine a tree. Notice what type of tree you imagined, how big, how small, maybe where it is. Now imagine you having everything you need to live a life beyond your wildest dreams. Imagine you living a life that you love and are obsessed with. What does it feel like? What does it look like? Who's there? What are you doing? Just taking in anything that's coming through. Imagine how easy and effortless it is to be you. When you have everything you need, when you're thriving, when you're successful, when you're validated and appreciated and loved by you. When you're allowing yourself to do everything and anything you want to do. And it's all working out for you. How does that feel? Now, you just imagined a lot of things. And that was all you, the true you, observing that. You were not the elephant. You were not the bed. But you can see and perceive all of that in your imagination. And our imagination can be used for or against us. We can use it to, I also could have taken you on a journey of going into your past, going into your childhood, going into your trauma, thinking of bringing up the most painful things that have happened to you. And we can keep telling those stories of these things that have broken us, that have shaped us, that have hurt us. Or we can empower ourselves to the fact that all of that happened. We can't change it, but we can rewrite it through our perception and give it power because it happened either way. Be grateful for everything that has happened and everything that we have gone through to be here. Be proud of everything that we have done to be here. Know that that has given us all the sacred alchemy that we hold. No one else holds what you hold. No one else has the alchemy, the energy, the frequency, the experiences, the lessons, anything, everything that you have been through. It all makes you divinely you, and you chose this. But you are here hearing this today because you are done with focusing on the past to heal, to get what you want. You can do that. You can stay there as long as you want. But see that you are now awakening to a whole new level. You have shifted to a new timeline where it gets to now be easy. You don't need to be in the past anymore. We can use our imagination for good. We can use it to imagine and envision what we want to happen. But the most powerful thing that you can do, so we are always going to be imagining and thinking of things. So whenever you catch yourself in thoughts and fears and limiting beliefs, thinking about the future, scared of how something may or may not work out how you want to, let it go. How many things have you tried to control? Have you tried to make happen how you wanted to, and it hasn't happened how you wanted to? How many people do you know that work really hard, hard to make money, to have success? And how is that working for them? I know many people that work really hard that are struggling and suffering. Hard work is not the way. Hard work is not what you're here for. You are here to enjoy. And the more that you allow yourself to follow what feels good, you will innately see what is easy, what is effortless, what you're here to do. You can still do the 3 and 4D things. You can still have the jobs, the connections, the relationships that serve you. And sometimes there's careers or jobs that we still need in this timeline because it's giving us safety and security to follow certain passions. But the more that you focus on doing, on being, and creating what you want to, the more all of the things that aren't in alignment with your highest frequency and vibration will fall away, will work themselves out, but not through focusing on fixing problems. Do you see how that will just keep you in that reality? It's by focusing on creating what you want to. Okay, let's just go into this problem solving thing, because I've ruffled some feathers recently with with a few posts I've put out on this. I'm not delusional. I'm not delusional. I am completely logical, and I know how real all of this is, all of this reality creation. It is the most logical thing. To me, it's the most logical thing that our inner state creates our reality. There is nothing more logical than that. I'm just sad it took me so long to own it, and I needed all of this proof because I could have collapsed time a long time ago. But I needed to learn all the things I learned so that I can be here to be a mirror for you, to be a guide for you. Anyways, back to this. So, problem solving. If it's a problem that you can't solve with, let me see how I word this. If the problem can be solved by you changing your mind about it, it's not a problem. So, let's say that you go to the hairdresser and you tell the hairdresser to just do whatever she wants to do. And then she does whatever she wants to do, and you don't like it, and it's a problem to you. You are creating that in your head. You can also say, I told her to do this. This happened for a reason. I'm going to embrace this. I'm going to own it. It can just as easily not be a problem as it can be a problem. Now, if something happens in your reality, say you're a parent and your child falls off their bike and hurts themselves and needs to go to the hospital, of course, then that is a problem and something that needs to be dealt with. But your perspective on it can still be being grateful that you're there, that they're there, that everything's okay. Am I making sense? I'm not saying be delusional and just avoid reality. But again, we get to perceive it now from a higher timeline, a higher consciousness, seeing the reality of anything and everything as the light and love that it is, as the opportunity to grow and evolve and expand. Being human means that there is going to be pain and pleasure. It's a part of it. There is going to be love and fear. But now, those of us that are here to live in the new earth, we are functioning more and more in a frequency of love, of pleasure, of joy, of bliss. And then the lower frequencies, the lower densities, we are bringing the light and love and the truth there. And the truth is always light. The truth is always love. It is always a higher perspective. But you won't know what that is until you're there. So you can spend all the time you want trying to predict and plan the future. And there's nothing wrong with having intentions and goals, but they need to light and excite you. If they don't, if you're just doing it for some ego validation, you're just limiting it. You're just limiting your game of self mastery. You're making it harder or less enjoyable than it's meant to be. You are here to live limitlessly, and it is meant to be beyond your wildest dreams how good life gets to be. But you can only see that by trusting in the unknown, by trusting yourself, by being here, trusting in what you feel. Frequency mastery is key. Being able to be here, feeling the frequency, feeling the energy, and being in the frequency you want to be in. Even if so-called negative things are happening, and again, we give everything meaning, but still, I get shitty things can happen, you can still bring your presence, your perspective, your light to it. As long as you're here in this human body, everything is meant to be as it is for your journey, so enjoy it. Enjoy it. Because we need the pain, we need the challenges, or we needed them to know the pleasure, to know the joy, to know the light, to know the love. And now we need to allow our energy and our frequency to flow easily and effortlessly. Our Shakti, our energy, just wants to flow easily and effortlessly through. That's why the only power you have lies in the now. You are not powerful in the future. You are not powerful in the past. You're only ever powerful here and now. So you need to choose to use that power once again for good, for your well-being, choosing and doing what feels right for you, and allowing the divine to show you, to amaze you as to how good it gets to be, allowing the currency to flow of your divine frequency. The more that you are in the frequency of your divinity, the more divinely compensated you will be. But it is going to be in ways that you cannot comprehend. You have had visions, you have had knowings, and you will get more and more the more that you tune in and tap in. So, to wrap this up, for all of you that resonate with this, that really feel like you have timeline shifted, that you are in a new reality, but you are still seeing a lot of your 3D things not matching up, be there when you're there in whatever situation. And in that moment, asking yourself as often as possible, breathing and asking your heart, your soul, what you want to do, how you feel. It will come through for you. But you have to train yourself to start to speak in the language of frequency, which is our first language. Frequency energy is our first language. English or whatever other languages you speak are just, they were all taught to us. They were all created by human beings. But the truth of us is that we are divine, limitless beings of love and light that are just frequency and energy. And that is the language we speak. That is the language the universe speaks. So the universe will continue to give you whatever frequency and energy you are in, because that's what it knows to give you, because that's what you're showing it. So you now have to, you can keep imagining and envisioning and daydreaming all you want. I encourage it, about your dream reality, but now it's time to live it. It is time to live your new earth reality, to live a life beyond your wildest dreams, to live in the timeline that you have shifted into, to enjoy it. So if you are feeling any kind of exhaustion, confusion, it is just you're resisting it. If you are feeling that peace and ease, then just be there, be in the peace and ease, feel and receive what is there easily and effortlessly. If you are in the excitement and the ignitement and that like fuck yes feeling, you have ideas and creations that you know you're ready to bring through, follow them. So those are kind of the 3 different levels. So the one is there's still resistance. So you're going to feel maybe a little bit exhausted or confused or overwhelmed. All you have to do is let go of needing to know, let go of figuring it out, let go of problem solving, allow yourself to just focus on what feels good. And then the next level, those of you that just feel peace and ease and that like almost at home feeling, just enjoy it. Because the more that you are there and present and just take this as a time to just slow down and be conscious, be aware, the downloads, the ahas, the connections, whatever is going to come to you. And those of you that have just been hit with those fuck yes, going after it, this is what I'm doing, feelings, whatever it is, take that and know that you're going to probably ebb and flow through all of these as you master your frequency more and more. And little secret is that something channeled through as I was creating something else that I am going to be bringing through, that I'm starting on August 8th. I wasn't going to share this today, but here we go. They're wanting me to on August 8th, which is the Lionsgate portal, and it's like the most powerful right now with this timeline shift and how awake we all are and how thin the veil is. Like August 8th, did I say April 8th? August 8th, 888, it's an 8 year, is going to be a catalyst into a portal that what I have been downloaded is then going to last for a while. I'll get more into this in another video. And this portal is going to take us through into like magic beyond belief, basically. And the more that we can be conscious and awake and aware and mastering and knowing our new earth frequency, that's what they keep telling me, the easier it's going to be for you to collapse time and to just be the quantum manifester that you're here to be. So I will be filling you guys in more. You can let me know below if you want more details, if you're excited for this. But what I was going to say to all of that, is just that, is that I know I know the divine wants to channel through me this to help everyone daily master your frequency, because the more that you know your now frequency, all the modalities, all the things that a lot of us have done, gene keys, human design, whatever it is, astrology, all of that, it still plays a part. They're all great tools, but we are beyond them. We here in the new earth, we can use them. They're real, they're true, they exist, but to empower us. But our ascension and our frequency is moving so fast and expanding so wide right now, that, and it's just so limitless that like it's beyond even just the wording and the knowing of your design. It's feeling it, it's living it, and it's a lot of those things, because of when they were channeled or created, are limiting us if we get too caught up in them. You can use them still as they resonate and excite. Like, I know I'm a sacral generator, 6-2 profile. Like, I know what that means for me, how that empowers me, but I don't get stuck in that, in the language of it. I guess it's the feeling that it gives me and the knowing that it gives me. And the more that we allow ourselves to trust, the faster we are going to be living more and more dreams. And then it gets to a point where like we've surpassed all of the dreams. And the magic of that is that all of us that are here, if you are here in the 5D, in the new earth frequency, you are love and light. You are bliss and happiness and consciousness, and all you want to do is serve and help and heal others. And I get it, but we do that through overflowing our frequency, our energy, our currency, not by draining ourselves anymore, but by filling ourselves up and overflowing and giving whatever we're meant to whoever we were meant to, with ease. With ease. The more that you are who you are, the more you are in the frequency and vibration you're meant to be in, the more you will attract. We don't attract by chasing. We don't attract by forcing. We don't attract by fixing, by manipulating, by controlling the way that people see us. We attract by being innately, naturally who we are. And those that are meant to see and resonate with us, resonance is another key. I will be doing in frequency mastery. I will be doing the keys to living limitlessly. And one of them is resonance, is that this feels good, this resonates with me, and not trying to conceptualize it, not making it make logical sense, because how your ego, your self-conscious will get on board is by seeing you now do it. Or behavior is the highest form of communication. So we need to start to work with our thoughts and our beliefs. So that's why I'm telling you to imagine, envision your future reality, identity as much as you want to, as long as it's positive. As long as it's positive. Focusing on that, whatever gives you good feelings is good. Okay. But just don't get stuck in feeling like you need to do anything to make things work. It's being present always is the most important. So today, certain modalities might serve you, certain ways of being, certain practices, and tomorrow that may change. And the more you allow yourself to live in the now and flow and work with the frequency and energy, the easier, more effortless everything will be. I promise. I promise. So the more that we allow ourselves to follow what resonates as true in the now and do and be what we want to, we will be living easily, effortlessly, innately as we're meant to. And you are meant to be divine, limitless, abundant, light, and love, having this human experience. That is the truth of you. But you get to enjoy your things that you want to enjoy in this human journey. And we all have things. I love you all so much. Congratulations for arriving in your new earth reality. You are the key. You are the one, you are the way, you are the answer. You are it. You. And that's all that you need to be. Step out of becoming and be. Just be who you want to be in any circumstance, in any situation. Be the newest version of your super conscious, limitless self. of your highest self, of your best self. Words are magic, words are spells. So when it comes to how you're speaking to yourself, the beliefs that you have, the work that you're doing, make sure that what you're saying resonates as true for you in a positive way. Like, we can get really caught up again in our humanness of needing to, prove and validate, but more so just follow what resonates for you, from the words, from the food, from the relationships, from everything in your life. Your frequency is the key to living your limitless reality. So be in the frequency that you want to be in. You are the master. You are the creator. You are the alchemist of your reality. You have arrived. You have shifted. You are in a higher timeline than you've ever been before. And you are here to continually rise. So just enjoy wherever you're at. Know you are exactly where you're meant to be. You are divinely aligned, right on time. And all you need to do is continue to follow where the frequency and energy leads and guides you. Be here now. Breathe here now. Trust. And if you're really resonating with me, I have opened up my calendar for August, because I know how powerful, like, I'm going to do in the next couple days, I'm going to do, it needs to come through, an energy reading for August, because it is going to be the most powerful month. Just like now that we're in Leo season, this month is so fucking powerful for igniting, for catalyzing your dreams. And again, the more that you know how to work your frequency and master your energy, the faster you're going to quantum shift and leap and jump and collapse time and all of those words and things. So if you want to work with me one-on-one, you can do it just one session or over a 3-month period. Email me. I will have links to things soon, guys. I promise. It's just there's so many other things that I'm doing all at once. So I just trust that anyone that truly feels called to work with me, contact me. If we're a match, we're a match. It'll be clear. It'll be easy. It'll be effortless. It'll work out. And that's where I'm at right now, as I'm really excited for creating Frequency Mastery, which is going to launch in just over a week. So, or not launch, start. So if you're interested in Frequency Mastery, please let me know below, and I will make sure that you get the details that are going to be public in the next 48 hours from when I'm recording this. Okay. Love you lots. And yeah, let me know below how it feels for you, what stage you're at in this ascension journey of this shift. And thanks for playing in the 5D with me. Love ya.